So here we go, the latest from Anbernic. Like I said, or always say, they be releasing new ones every couple weeks, every month. I don't know, man, but we got the RG35XX SP. A freaking mouthful, man. But this is like their Game Boy Advance SP style shaped emulation handheld. I got this from Geek Goo, I believe. I'll put a link to them in the description. I think they have a coupon code as well. But regardless of any of that, let's see if this thing is worth a damn. I believe it's the same specs. It should be like very similar to the RG38XX that came out recently. But let's get into it. So do I have a charge cable this time? Yes, I do. USB-C. There we go. Nobody cares about all that stuff. We care about this right here. Come on. Get out of there. So there's multiple colors: silver, gray, transparent blue, and transparent black. I believe I got the silver right here. Yep. And this thing, wow, it does look and kind of have the feel of a Game Boy Advance SP. Got our shoulder buttons up top. HDMI, nice. USB, OTG, USB-C. Volume underneath. 2 micro SD card slots. I believe this is just a like base one, 64 gigabytes that they ship with. Then on the side, reset and power. This looks really nice. And it feels nice too, but let's power this thing on. Check it out. So I don't recall all the specs of this, but I will put them up on the screen, like up here, maybe up here, just so we know. But I'm pretty sure like inside is the same as the 28XX, but the screen obviously is bigger. And then we got a menu button there, select and start. Oh wow, they changed the icon. That's cool. Settings, I'm pretty sure there's going to be like different firmware you could put on here, different OS. I'll do a follow-up on that next few days, but here's our basic settings. App Center. What other apps? So just go into the micro SD card. You could search. You can look at history. I guess whoever set this build up played 1942. Favorites. RetroArch. You have access to all these emulators. And then on the first one, Game Rooms, you can go through and select. So pretty much the same as the stock RG38XX. But let's see here. We got some PSP games. Let me see if it's the same in RetroArch. PSP was the first one. Yeah. So at least they got like the artwork scraped and stuff like that. Like presentation-wise, the base build is okay. Not very many PSP games in this build. Let's boot up Castlevania X. There's those little stutters. I think I played the same game on the other one. And some of the PSP games will start like that, very small stutters in either the cutscene or, you know, actual gameplay when it first starts, but then it just kind of smooths out. See, there you go. Like, I remember that. It does it a little bit, and then it just is kind of okay once you get into the game a bit more. But on the other device, the other Anbernic, I played through a couple areas of this game, and it was fine. Okay, so a little God of War action here. Just got into it, and by default, like nothing works as far as moving around. Like, we don't have an analog stick on this device, so I mean, performance-wise, it seems to be playing okay. The audio is a little crappy sounding. Could just be the speaker, but yeah, like, it might be a little slow, too. The game is definitely running a little slow. Look at those animations. Looks can be deceiving right off the bat, but let's see if we could change controls. Okay, now I could run around. It does seem a little slow. But no weird graphics glitches or anything. But yeah, I mean, as far as PSP capabilities, it's going to be pushing it a bit. with games like this. But okay, let's get out of there. We do have some Dreamcast. Let's jump in the Soul Calibur. A little choppy audio getting into it. Let's see how this performs though. A lot of times this game and other Dreamcast games, similar to like some PSP stuff on these types of devices, like we'll have some stutters maybe in the menu, but once you get in the game, it's good. Dreamcast, it performs better than PSP here. See the FPS up at the top. But yeah, once we're actually in the match, it's playing fine. Looks good too. Screen's not as bright as I'm accustomed to, but it still looks pretty good. Viewing angles are fine. Might be getting a little glare because it's a very shiny screen. But okay. Now, as far as everything else that's on here, it's going to play all this stuff just fine. But it's a Game Boy Advance looking system. Game Boy Advance SP. May as well check out some Game Boy Advance. I don't think they put any... They got WarioWare, but a lot of times they don't put any of the Super Mario games on these builds for some reason. But let's take a look. Yeah, no Super Mario. Them bastards, dude. To play some Simpsons Road Rage. This game on the Game Boy Advance is always kind of cool. But look at that. Oh, crap. Oh, man, that Mode 7 looking dips. I don't think this is really Mode 7. Maybe it is. I don't know. But however they did it on the Game Boy Advance, this looks pretty cool. Wonder if they put any Pokemon games on here. Oh, yeah, they did. Pokemon, but no Mario, right? Interesting. We'll try pinball. It takes a long time to get into the those other games. This is a cool game. I always liked pinball games. Ah, crap. Ball save, nice. Saved them balls. Bam. Little Mortal Kombat trilogy on the PS1. So volume is all the way up, but you know, sound is coming through. It's just very low, but music is playing. PS1 is fine on this pre-set up build here. But I also noticed there was a Nintendo DS on here as well. I think that'll be one of the last things I check out real quick. Okay. I remember playing this game back when it came out, and I loved it. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. On a Nintendo DS? Hell yeah. Not the, you know, greatest way to play DS games, but if you're going to emulate it, I mean, it's hard to get much better than, you know, what we're doing here. So this looks fine. It's performing fine. Let's check out N64. Yeah, not a lot of N64 on here either. I'll do Wave Race. Another one of those where like the controls aren't really configured, unfortunately. Performance-wise, though, it looks fine. You just have to go in the RetroArch and redo the controls. But yeah, that's, I mean, cool. But I kind of wish it was just ready to go out the box, because a lot of people just want a handheld like this pre-set up, not have to fiddle fuck around with anything. But yeah, there's going to be some games, some consoles here that you're going to have to redo the controls, unfortunately. But okay, my final thoughts on this device, I really like the form factor. I mean, it is comfortable. I always prefer like normal Game Boy Advance form factor better than, you know, this design, but it's nice. It's fine. It feels good. I love the way it looks. Most of the games that come included seem to work fine. The screen is pretty good. It's not as bright as some other handhelds out there. The buttons are very clicky, but they react fine. They feel good. I mean, if I were to rate the buttons and D-pad, I'd probably give them a solid like 7.5 out of 10. A cool little handheld. I mean, I like it better than the 28XX. So that's saying something. But yeah, there you go. Let me know what you think. Link down below. Appreciate y'all. Bye.